After the last battle, Nezuko learned to talk and was no longer afraid of sunlight. During one of the operations, 2 pillars managed to get into the demon lair, but they were quickly transported back. A council of pillars gathers to discuss Nezuko's evolution and her possible kidnapping by Mudson. Nezuko meets Yunosuke and speaks to him, making him over the moon. The blacksmith brings Tajiro a new blade with an inscription that only Poles can bear. Yunosuke arrives and tells him that it's time to start training from the pillars to become even stronger. One of the pillars doesn't want to train because he was hoping that Tajiro would become a water pillar, but he became a fire pillar. Tajiro stays close to Tomioka for a long time and eventually the latter tells his story. He had a friend who sacrificed himself to save Tomioka, but he failed the hunter's exam and can't be a pillar. Tajiro supported him and he agreed to train. Tajiro tries his best to become even stronger. At the night training, the former pillar defeats almost all the students, but Tajiro gives a good fight in the competition. After the training he goes to the next pillar, which is much stricter towards the students. Tajiro passes this training and then they happily fly paper airplanes. At the next pillar, the guy gets a little more acrobatic training. And then there are really hard training. It is necessary to hit carefully without harming the living students while receiving blows from the pillar. But even that training is coming to an end. And so Tajiro gets to the most brutal pillar, where he gets a lot of bruises. One of the students is the brother of the pillar, and Tajiro interferes in their family affairs and gets suspended from training at the pillar. The last training session is left, during which the students only need to stand under icy water, lift logs and move a stone. Of course Tajiro does this and the pillar recognizes the hero's strength. At this point his training is over and he can be considered a new fire pillar of sorts. After the training fight with Tomioka, the wind pillar was heading for the springs and accidentally hits one of Mudson's scouts, which means their base has been found by demons. Mudson walks through the barrier straight to the head of the demon-fighting organization, who is already on his last breath. It turns out they are distant relatives. Because of the presence of a demon in the family lineage on the clan was imposed a curse and all the children died very early. The only way out, which gave at least a few years to live, was to put all their lives to fight demons. In order not to give the rest of his life to the demon head blows up his house with his family to put an end to the Mudson Empire. After the explosion, a good demon appears who created a cure to turn demon into human based on Nezuko's observations, but it didn't work. All the pillars prepare for a grueling battle to hold off Mudson until morning. Except all the demon fighters end up in the same demon lair where the main battle will take place.